Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ruby. This is Ruby Red, and today we're playing another round of my TBR game, tic-tac-TBR. I love TBR games. They're one of my favorite things on BookTube, and so here's my contribution to the genre. I created this game to be a little bit more gentle, shall we say, than a lot of the other games out there. It's more of a guideline, really. Basically, I have this tic-tac-toe board set up, and in each square I put a prompt that I randomly select, and then throughout the month I try to read books that are gonna fit those prompts, and for any 3 in a row that I get a reward. There are a couple of nuances as far as if I get a blackout, I have to add in a book from my 30 by 30 list, and then the book stays on the board until I read it. That's honestly good enough. If you're interested in playing along, creating your own, prompts and doing your own thing, there is a template for the Google Docs spreadsheet that I use. And you can just save that to your own drive and use it yourself. So I'll link that below if you wanted to play this game. Okay, before I get into my September board and how I did there, I want to just touch base about the Magical Readathon because I just want to have on record what books I read for the Magical Readathon, and I don't do like monthly wrap-ups. I don't do any wrap-ups right now except for this video. So here's what happened. The Magical Readathon, if you don't know anything about that, honestly, just skip ahead. For the Novice Path, I did complete all 7 prompts this month. The first prompt, Book with a Map, I read The Poppy War, which has a map in it. For a book that keeps tempting you, I read The Heart Principle by Helen Hoang. For a book that is a standalone, I read Reading Behind Bars, which is a nonfiction book about libraries. For like a book with paranormal, supernatural elements, I read The Picture of Dorian Gray, and that's in a vlog. And for a mystery thriller, I read One by One by Ruth Ware. For a 5-star prediction, I read Hamnet, which I did give 5 stars. And then for school setting, I read All's Well by Mona Awad, which takes place kind of at a school theater, but there's a school. Okay? Okay. So I was definitely prioritizing those books over my TBR board in general. So I definitely could have done better this month on my TBR game, but because I was just more focused on picking books that were going to work for the readathon and also working with what I could get from my library when, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, that's what happened. Now let's talk about September. Oh my god. Okay. Just to review the prompts, we have a book that made me cry, a book with no sexual violence, a book about sports, a library themed book, a TBR vet book, Into Thin Air by John Krakauer, a rich protagonist, a book from a little free library, and a book that was on my shelf. So here we go. For a TBR vet this month, I read The Picture of Dorian Gray, excuse me. And if you want to see how that went for me, I will link the vlog where I read that down below. Next, a book that was on my shelf, I read Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell. Wait, no, I didn't. Well, I did, but I also read The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. This is a book that I had on my shelf because I bought it at a used bookstore not that long ago. It's in the same vlog as Dorian Gray. Okay, then I read Reading Behind Bars by Jill Grunenwald, which is a sort of memoir about the 2-ish years that Jill spent working as a prison librarian. And finally, this month, I did read a book this month that made me cry, and that was Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell. I cried twice when I read this. If you do want to hear more of my thoughts, I will link below the video where me and Bailey chat about it for her book club, okay? And anyway, that's it, okay? That's all I read. I mean, that's all I read, but that's all that fits on the board. So I have 3 in a row, but I completed the Novice Path, okay? So trade-offs, right? Before we scoot over to picking my prompts and my reward, I just want to say I definitely do want to be reading spooky, atmospheric, fall vibes books right now. but I'm just like not gonna sign myself up for anything structured at all, having just done the magical readathon last month and had a good time doing it, but it just takes a lot out of me to be nitpicking my books so carefully, like selecting them so carefully, even though the prompts were pretty broad, because I also wanted to like pick things that would fit my TBR and I just couldn't, and then the library holds and the whatever. So that was a lot for me, and I'm not doing anything like that this month. But I do want some atmospheric fall books, because here in San Diego, it's like not giving me fall vibes at all. It's like a little bit cooler these days, so it's, you know, like 70 instead of 75 most days. But yeah, that doesn't really put me in the fall mood, you know what I mean? So hopefully my parents will continue to send me photos of, you know, changing leaves in New York State, and that will give me the fall energy that I'm missing. But yeah, I'm not signing myself up for anything. I'm just hanging out. Okay, let's go pick the prompts. Okay, welcome to the prompt selection portion of this video. Actually, first I'm going to pick my freebie, because I did get, not my freebie, sorry, that's a placeholder. My reward, I'm gonna pick my reward. There's 11 of them. Let's see who we have today. Donate $30. Okay, I don't know where I'm gonna donate to off the top of my head right now. I try to just like think a little bit about like what the honk is going on. So I will leave a link below with whatever I have decided to donate to in the description box, if you're interested in matching me as a little bit of an extra reward. Let's pick the prompts. I still have Into Thin Air by Jon Krakauer on my board, and it's gonna stay there until I've read it in that place. So anyway, 115 prompts. Let's hope that we get some spooky ones. Okay. A book about sports again. So I had this on my board last month and I didn't read anything for it. And I did actually look into some sports romances. I'm really not interested in sports except for hockey. And I did actually start 2 different hockey romances, and they were both excruciating for me. So I might bop around and try some more. I just picked 2 that were available from my library. I don't even remember which ones they were. I know that someone left some in the comments, and I think I couldn't get those from my library, or maybe I can only get one of them. I don't remember. Thank you for the suggestion. And if anyone has any more, I will gladly take them. But yeah, I didn't vibe with the ones that I read. They were just not it for me. So yeah, still interested in that realm, but not that hopeful. And I don't have anything new to say about that concept, that prompt, than I did last month. So let's move on. Ooh, this is one of the earliest ones. A red cover. Wow. Okay. One thing about this is that I have read half of this, which has red on the cover. It's not a red cover, but I would count this personally. And I was intending to finish this in September for the rich protagonist thing, but it's not happening. So that's fine, but I could read this, I could finish this. And I don't know of anything else that I have going on that has a red cover, but that's kind of an easy one to play with. What does that even mean? 72. Hey. No sexual violence. Again, I think I did read a book last month that didn't have sexual violence, but I used it for a different prompt. Maybe Hamnet. Also, I mean, I was supposed to have read this months ago and I read about half of it and then I just sort of stopped reading it. So I will finish it. I am hoping to feel in the mood to read something like this soon. Basically I just, because of Magical Readathon, like this was just like not giving me readathon energy. So I put it down. I don't think there has been any sexual violence in this so far, but it might be implied. So we'll have to see how that goes. Yeah, we'll have to see. Also, you know, a lot of nonfiction books don't contain sexual violence, and hopefully I'll be reading some of that this month. I like to, most months. I try to. Whatever, 114. I don't have to explain myself to you. Oh my god. Okay, this is a new prompt. Inspired by, oh, I can't remember her channel, but I will put the video, I'll put the video up. And also just like Quiddler is a game that I had not heard of until like recently. Connor loves it and has a deck of Quiddler cards. So I just will deal myself a hand and like make a word, and then the word is my prompt. We'll get that in a second. Let's finish up here and then I'll get those. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. 12. One word title. Ooh. I literally don't see a single one word title on my actual bookshelf. And I know I don't have anything from the library right now, but that's not to say that I couldn't get something. Okay? Okay. 75. A name in the title. Oh. I also have from my library right now a book called Mary Jane, which one of my aunts recommended to me, or maybe she didn't even recommend it to me, but she was telling me about it and it sounded like I would like it, so I want to read it. I have it from the library. Why am I talking like this? Anyway, that has a name in the title. There you go. And I mean, I have it, so hopefully I'm gonna read it, or I'm gonna stay in Kindle jail. 52. A 3-word title. Okay, I mean, once again, we have Her, the Perfume Collector. And I also have The Beautiful Ones by Sylvia Moreno Garcia from my library. Like I said, I'm in Kindle jail right now, meaning I have downloaded a bunch of books from Libby, and some of them have been returned through Libby, but my Kindle is offline, so I still have them. But if I get any of my holds in, I will have to bring my Kindle back online and I will lose those. So we're gonna see how things play out. That's all I can say about that. 33. Is our last one? Oh my god. Rude. Over 500 pages. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, I like to think that I read like a pretty big book like once a month or maybe every other month. I don't know. I read, I think, only one big book last month. I wish I could remember some of the holds that I have, especially for an audiobook. Like listening to an audiobook of an over 500 page book would be a good way to handle that prompt. Specifically, I'm waiting on, I think I will soon get the audiobook for the 3rd book in the Broken Earth trilogy. Is that what it's called? By N.K. Jemisin. I don't know what the 3rd book is called, but I know that I have a hold in the audiobook, and I suspect it to be over 500 pages, but I guess I will have to verify that. Alternatively, I might start the next Robin Hobb trilogy from the Realm of the Elderlings, which is Ship of Magic, which I feel like has like 700 pages. So that kind of, you know, it is what it is. All right, so there's my prompts. And now let us move on to doing a round of Quiddler. Oh my God, okay. Okay, so that's Quiddler. Basically, these are the cards. They've got letters on them, and then you just deal groups of them at a time until... This is me shuffling them for the camera. Generally, your first round would be 3 cards, but I'm gonna deal 4 because I think it'll be more fun. Oh God. Okay. So first of all, we have Tiny. I kind of feel like Tiny is like my best bet here. So that's my word. Wow, I can't believe I got to do the Quiddler thing so soon. I just put that in there like 2 months ago, so already to have it making an appearance when there are so many prompts that have not made an appearance in like several months. I'm excited. So Tiny, that's my prompt. There are a couple of ways that I can see myself interpreting that. First of all, a small book. So a book like under 200 pages, maybe under 230 pages is a small book. Tiny. Or a book with like tiny in the title, or small or little. Like I think that any word implying tininess in a title could count. So that's it, we're done. That's my September board completed, wrapped up, and my October board laid out, ready for me to just read some books, which I really look forward to doing, obviously. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you liked this, I am gonna leave the playlist down below where you can watch the rest of these. And if you have any recommendations for any of my prompts, please leave them below. I love just getting like ideas that are books that are like outside of my psyche, you know, like I have a lot of books in my brain and I just really like to have new books put in there. So I love every single comment that somebody leaves with a book recommendation. Even if I don't read it, I'm just like so excited to know about other books. So please leave some comments, and I will see you next week for something else. All right, goodbye.